This afternoon at Klein's Garage, we're going to be talking a little bit about this Ford Series 801, model 871. Looks like one of the roosters wants to be in the video too. So this particular tractor was made in the late 50s, early 60s. Came with a Selecto-Speed transmission, which is a hydraulic driven planetary gearbox. It's got 10 forward speeds, 2 reverse speeds. It's a tractor that's really ahead of its time. It has a 3-point hitch in the rear with a 540 PTO. It also has a roughly 62 horsepower engine that's in it, gross horsepower, and those specs change a little bit depending on what site you're looking at, but there's roughly 62 horse. This particular tractor came with a Ford factory front end loader on it. Right now I'm in the process of installing the Pat's quick hitch on the rear. This will make it significantly easier to pick up 3-point implements. And nice thing is this tractor's 60 plus years old, and you can put a brand new class 1 implement on the rear of it, and it'll pick it up and work like it's a modern tractor. So it's a really good option for the small farms like what we have here in eastern Pennsylvania. And you know, this particular tractor sells for about $3,000, $3,500 in the condition that it's in. Tires are pretty much brand new. They've been on for a while, but they're in excellent condition. It has rear wheel weights. At one point it was converted over to 12 volts. The ignition system on it, when I got it, it did run. When I got there it wasn't, but I ended up fixing it on the site just to get it running, to verify that the motor was good and trans shift and everything, and it did well, so I ended up buying it. When I got it back, I had to go over the ignition system, replace some stuff. I'm waiting for parts now. You can see I have a solenoid in here. Here's your starter solenoid. This isn't the model for this particular tractor, but that one will be in soon. So this is a rat's nest of wiring, which will be all cleaned up with a fresh harness once I get the right components. So as you can see, there's an air cleaner that goes here. The carburetor, I ended up tearing the carburetor back apart. It was rebuilt by the previous owner, but the float kept sticking in it. So I ended up taking it apart and working on that a little bit. I added a fuel shutoff valve. You can see there's factory original. There's a glass bowl here that was not on it. So I ended up putting a petcock valve and just a simple inline filter. This is good enough for what I'm gonna do. You can see this rat's nest of wiring, so it'll be all cleaned up. So overall, it's a pretty good tractor. I'm happy that I ended up picking it up. So it's gonna need some work. I'm probably gonna go over to hydraulics on it and just pull the top cover, rebuild the hydraulics on it. It's maybe $100 in parts and, you know, 4-hour job or so. That'll enable me to clean the case out, make sure there's no dirt or water in the bottom of it. This particular front end loader on these is not driven from the tractor hydraulics, even though it could be. You just put an external port on it and you could do that. But these tractors came originally off the front of the crankshaft. Sorry for the poor video here, but off the front of the crankshaft in here, there's a drive that'll run a pump out front. So it's actually driven off the front of the crankshaft, and believe it or not, it makes a significant amount of hydraulic pressure, and it's really fast hydraulics, way faster than what I'm used to. So the hydraulic cylinders, we got a little bit of weepage on the one front cylinder here. That'll get replaced. I'll probably change the lip seal on that. I'm going to try to make some videos on this tractor, and as I go along, you know, issues that I find with it, try to make some videos for repairs. There aren't a lot of videos out there on the 801 Selecto-Speed series tractors. Again, this is an 801 series. You see a lot of them posted for sale as an 801, but that's a series tractor. So the center digit of the 800, like this is an 871, that determines what transmission it had. So this transmission is a Selecto Speed, like I said earlier. So it's a planetary box. There are issues with them if they're not maintained properly. So I'm going to be going over this, open it up, clean it up, probably replacing some gauges, and you know, getting everything working the way it's supposed to, get back to the factory original. So anyway, if this interests you, you know, if you like the video, if you want to, it's fine if you don't. I don't make these videos to make money, I just do it. So, you know, getting more information out there on things that aren't common. So this is 871. The middle digit is what transmission comes in it and the options that it has. Unfortunately, this tractor does not have power steering. You can see here in the front, there's no power steering cylinders. So it's going to be interesting to see how it operates with you know, a loaded front bucket with no power steering. I may end up getting a new column for this, a power steering column for it, if I can find one reasonably priced, or maybe just buy a parts tractor. We'll see what happens. The initial thought of this tractor, buying it, was to mainly do some flail mowing on a new piece of property, but like everything that I buy, I end up doing a significant amount of mechanical work, electrical work on it. I may end up painting this up. You know, I didn't even really realize it when I bought it, but this tractor's pretty much a collectible tractor. So I don't want to destroy it. I want to get it back to the Ford factory original, and I'm still going to use it. It's like all my equipment, but we'll see what happens. If it's something you guys are interested in, you know, like, subscribe, whatever you choose. I'm going to get back to putting this other Pat's Quick Hitch on here. All right, as always, have fun, stay safe.